Hey y'all, what's up? Listen, I know y'all have missed me, honey. I am back. Okay. I know y'all like, what she went? What she went, honey? I was on the way. I am back so that we can talk about Age of Attraction, episode 3. Listen, this is where we learn the true age of Viall as well as Jorge. And I am not feeling Jorge, baby. After I found out that this man is 60 years old, baby, you got me up. I'm not feeling it. Now I'm looking at him like everything he says is like, it's alarming. It's alarming. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't care. I don't care. Now I'm cringed the hell out that you 60 years old and you want to continue to date a 27-year-old. But the 27-year-old is over here wanting to date you too. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I mean, these are both grown people. But, child, I feel like at 60, Jorge, this could really be your grandchild. Like, it could really be your grandchild. Like, that's just what is given to me. And doesn't he have grown ass kids? I thought Jorge said he had grown children. I don't remember him saying they were grown, but I thought that he had children. So for him to say he does want kids, and I want kids with somebody, that's gonna be my wife and not a baby mama and all this other stuff. Sir, at 60, you is not trying to have no more kids. I mean, I will hope that you're not trying to have no more kids, but y'all, either way, this right here, this coupling already, I feel like it's going to be a kiki. I don't know why, but what do y'all really have in common? Like, that's a huge age gap, but then I can't say a whole lot because, hell, we got Teresa over here being 54, and then we got John over here being about 27 as well, and it's like, what is going on? All right, but, that's the whole part of age of attraction, honey. That's the whole thing about it. All right, you attracted to a person I know in their age, then yeah, once you learn the age, it could change a lot of things. Now, I will say John comes off a way more mature than it appears, and he looks much older than 27 years of age. And honestly, Viall looks a bit older than 27 as well. So we'll just have to see how it's gonna play out, child. So I can't even say a whole lot about Jorge and Viall if I ain't really give a whole lot about Teresa and John. But let me keep watching, honey. This girl done said that she believe her family will grow to love Jorge based on how she cares about him and how he treats her and all of that. And I'm like, girl, bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, I don't know. That's still gonna cringe. I mean, I think your parents gonna be cringed out for some time, okay? Because this man is their age, and if they're a person around their age, they probably thinking to themselves, I couldn't dare see myself dating somebody my child's age, right? And then what the hell this man doing? Like, yeah, BS, girl. Okay, so Derek has opened up, right? Derek has opened up and told Pfeiffer about his 2 kids, okay? But she does not know the ages of these kids yet. He just told her that he got 2 kids, and she's looking like, okay, all right, that's cool. But my biggest thing is, are you open to more kids? And he says, yes, he is. She said that's the most important thing to her because she does want to have kids. Now, we're going to have to see because Derek is given that he may be in his 40s. Okay, if he's in his late 30s, okay, cool. Face is giving every bit of tight in my personal. So I'm looking forward to finding out his real age to really see if he does want more damn kids. But we're going to have to see it. Okay. Baby, let me say this real quick about Leah and Chris. So y'all know how the guys have come on this show and they talk about, I ain't got no type. Yeah. Bab is the only thing that I like. Listen, Chris is the only one that's really showing the true fact that he ain't got no type in my personal, okay? Because I was definitely not expecting him to go from Vanessa to Leah. Okay, 2 completely different opposite women. I was not expecting that at all. Like, I thought that Vanessa was typically his T up and down. I knew that he named 3 different women that he was interested in, but still, I wasn't expecting it. But, I'm tuned in, though. Okay, I'm tuned in. Honey, listen. West, baby, you cute, but you got some questionable vibes, is what I will say. These 2 are headed to the damn promise room. He and Jolene. Listen, my girl got down to that promise room and she was determined to not make no damn promise. Do you hear me? I loved it. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, okay? Because Jolene got her head on straight. I don't care what nobody talking about, okay? So she pretty much told that man, listen, I don't think that we ready to like make that type of commitment and move in with each other and all of that. Yeah, you telling me all these cute and nice things, honey, but I don't think I make that place right now. No, I don't think I could do that with you right now. You know, you are much younger than I am. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got some work that you need to do before we go to the next step and move in with each other. So he said, well, do I got a chance to persuade you? She like, little boy, what you finna say? What could you possibly say, young man? Go ahead and let me know. So that's where he was like, well, I just feel like, the time that we spent together, it was real easy. It was real cool, and I just feel like if we move in together, it's going to continue that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be that serious. She said, see that right there? You see that right there? That's what I'm talking about. That right there. I told your ass it is serious, though. You see what I'm saying? And see, this right here is the very reason why I can't rock with you like that. This why I'm not finna move to the next step and move in with your little young ass, okay? Because the fact that we on a serious journey to find our match, and you gonna sit up here and tell me that it ain't gotta be that serious. See, I know what you after, young man. Don't put your hands on me. I know what you after. I know what you want, but you're not gonna get it. Okay? You're not gonna get it. I know what you want. You're not gonna get it, sir. Baby, I said, Jolene, I ain't even mad at you. Okay? She said, how old is you, little boy? That man said, I'm 30. She said, oh, okay. He said, yeah, people be thinking that I'm like younger than that. I'm like 25. She's like, yeah, them the vibes that you get, man. He said, so is you gonna tell me your age? And she said, oh, I'm 48. Ooh, 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 ooh. Girl, listen. Yeah, you did right. Now we could deal with 18. I feel like that 18-year age gap is better than a damn 33. But I think it's best to stay within the 10s. I think 10-year is cool. You know what I'm saying? 10 is good. 10 is, yeah. 10 is fine in my personal. But either way, ma'am, 48, hand it over now. Okay? I want the face routine immediately. Somebody get in touch with Jolene. Tell her I need it in my inbox immediately. Okay? 48? But I knew she was older. The way that she sat on his lap, I sat there. I was like, she's giving much, much older than what I think. But when she's in these confessionals, baby girl is giving 35. It's giving 15 years younger. Okay? That's what it's giving. Love that for her. So also I feel like she denied him because if she's 48, I will believe that her son is like maybe in his early 20s potentially or very close to this age of 48. And she's like, you could be one of my friend's sons. One of my son's friends. And I can't do that. And I'm not even mad at her for that. The only one that went in there and made some sense. Okay? The only one that went in there and made some sense. Now I'm going to tell y'all, Viall and Jorge, baby, let me tell you. I feel like this is going to be entertaining for us to watch. Yes. But ultimately, I don't want her with that man. But we're going to see how it play out. Y'all leave y'all thoughts on how my girl Jolene. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about Jolene getting in there and making the decision that she made. Y'all, the way Pfeiffer got into this room, so first of all, Derek and Pfeiffer decided to go to the promise room together, right? The way Pfeiffer got into this room and confided in Derek and how he allows her to, be herself, open up and all of that, I knew that whatever his age is, she was going to say yeah. It didn't matter. She was going to say yeah, okay? So he tells her about his kids and how he has a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. And she's like, okay. The moment she took that inhale for me lets me know I was right when I said that she was somewhere in her 20s and she was not older than 25, period. He also let her know that he's 43 years old. And I was like, wow, this man looks great. He looks good. Okay. I am loving the fact that these older people are coming on the show when they looking younger. Okay. I don't know what it is that we is out here doing, child. I don't know if it's the face routines. I don't know if we changing up our eating. I don't know what we doing anymore, but the ages of 40 plus is not giving in today's time is not giving the same ages of 40 plus when I was younger. And you know what? And you know what? The younger kids in elementary and middle school, they may still look at us, okay, how we was looking at those people in these age ranges when we were younger, right? But the hairstyles are different. You know what I'm saying? I think as people get older, they figure out what works best for them. Okay, what's the best style that looks good on you? Because honestly, I feel like some hairstyles may age us a little bit and some of us make us look a bit younger. So we learn that. I think people get more serious about their face routines and stuff like that. People be working out. If they ain't working out, child, they walking. They at least trying to get a 30-minute walk in. Okay, they trying to hit their 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. They drinking more water, even if it's a piece of sparkling. So the people is taking care of themselves. And I'm not saying the people when they was younger back in the day wasn't taking care of themselves, but girl, I'm just loving what I'm seeing. Okay. So shout out to those people. All right. But either way, Miss Ma'am opened up to this man and said, listen, I'm 23 years of age. So he's 20 years older than her. All right. And I don't know, but she's 8 years older than his son. We're going to have to wait and see. Because Pfeiffer does give a little older, like in the face a little bit. Like she could be like in her late 30s or whatever. But at the same time, when I hear her talk about certain things, like as she talked about her family and stuff, like I told y'all, just the way that she was talking about them made me believe, you know what? I think this girl is much closer to being out of high school or college than what it may appear on the surface. So I ended up being right, and that's where we are. Okay, but let's see how this gonna play out. Okay, let me know your thoughts on Pfeiffer and Derek child. Listen, Vanessa and Logan. One thing I like about Vanessa, she's able to notice the red flags. Now, when they sit down, she talks about 4 years, 4 rings, and I can't remember, but maybe she was married like 4 different times. Maybe that's what she's mentioned to us earlier on. I can't remember, but of course, he said he tried not to do the mental math about the 4 rings, 4 years, 4 rings, or whatever the case is, right? But then he goes on to say something like, it's obviously an age gap between us. Like, yikes. Okay, yikes. She did not like that he said this, so she definitely took offense to it. She felt like, okay, that's a part of his immaturity. Okay, these are some of the red flags going off. Baby, that's one thing I can say I like about Vanessa. If she were to go to the promise room, I hope she pulls a Jolene, in all honesty, because when we first got introduced to Logan and him sitting down, when he talked about him communicating with Vanessa, he was talking like, yeah, and that's interesting. It was something he was saying about her in that moment where you would have thought that he was the words coming out of his mouth was supposed to be like excitement, but the facial expression and the way that he looked down seems like he wasn't too happy about being connected with her for some reason. And it's like, okay, Logan, nobody is forcing you to connect with this woman. And what I'm trying to do right now is kind of find that audio where Logan said that. Let me see if I can find it just so I can press play on it real quick. Where is it? Is this it? Because I want y'all to hear what Logan says. Is this the piece here? Let me see.
So we went on a group date and I hung out with like Chris a little bit.
Focus on like my
and like a last like
I'm fast forwarding.
And I was like, actually no, I've been engaged. Many rings is LeBron James.
I was going to say that's LeBron.
So I'm telling you my
so not quite Kobe, but
no, the next one's
level.
Kobe.
Let me.
Go ahead. Let's have a sip. Let's have a sip.
Let me.
Yeah. And
cheers.
then share what you want to share.
Maybe that's not the portion. Okay, that's not the portion. I think it was like earlier on in the episode, but either way, the words out his mouth was excitement, but the way he looked down to the ground was sad. Okay, and she ended up telling him about those 4 rings, and he was trying not to do the mental math. So then, of course, he kind of said that it's obviously an age gap. In my personal, I'm like, I don't know, because Logan, you don't look that damn young yourself. Right? Now, she does give like she could be in her mid-50s, early 50s. She looks great, but she does look like she could be in her early 50s, which is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But let's not act like you don't look like you in your 40s, sir. You ain't no spring chicken yourself. Well, like, I don't know. I mean, but then at the same time, it's like, but was he lying? Like, was he wrong though? Like, I mean, maybe he was wrong because she didn't want to hear that. But it is an obvious age gap. I'm so sorry. And you can see it around the eyes, which isn't much different than Jolene. We could see it around the eyes, depending on how that sun hit her ass. Okay. But anywho, all right. Depending on the angle of the sunlight, we could see it in them eyes, honey. What is that? What they call crow's feet or something like that? I don't know. Either way, child, listen. It's still a red flag on him, and I'm hoping she tells him no, period. Child, before they get anything out their damn mouth, before Leah and Chris get anything out their mouth, they are over here in the promise room. I feel like we have not seen enough of their connection, so I am definitely looking forward to seeing what the hell connection does Leah and Chris really have together, because I feel like I haven't seen much. I haven't seen much. I feel like I've seen more of him and Vanessa, so I got to see what's going on over here. Okay, so now I'm realizing as we watch this show, we're going to always see a wide range of age gaps. That's what we're going to see. I feel like that is the intent. Of course, it's the intent, right? So they're going to have more people that have these wide and wild age gaps to see if it really works. But I'm like, damn, can we get at least 1 or 2 couples that's closer in age, like 10 years apart? Like, damn. Everybody attracted to somebody that's over 10 years older than them. So Chris, we learned, is 26 of age, and the beard and the face and the nose is definitely giving 36 of age, okay? Miss Leah said that she's a 41, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought she honestly was like mid 40s. And then when she sat down before she revealed her age, I was like 40. And then she said 41. Like, what if I say I'm 41? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, you know? She doesn't look as young to me, so I feel like she looks her age. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. But he definitely looks much older. And he seems to act. Something about his energy gives off much older as well, similar to John, than 26 years of age. But child, this should be a key here. Child, here go Logan, honey. Here go Logan. Now he coming back talking about something. He really want to try with Vanessa after some time. He thought about it. He really want to try with her. Because this is somebody I care about. So I decided that, you know, sometimes you think about it, you got to stay. Yeah, nigga, you talking about stay on the show. That's what it's given to me. You ain't no different than Wes. One Wes was like, can I persuade you? Okay, it ain't got to be that serious. But this is serious, okay? Child, that's what's going on over here with Mr. Logan. He just want to be on the show a little longer. He ain't ready to go home. Baby, production must have got to damn, what that boy name is, Chris? Is his name Chris? Which one? Logan. Production must have got to Logan. Because Logan coming into the promise room with a whole different energy than he had in the confessional and when he's sitting in her face, okay? When it comes to Vanessa. So they get in the promise room, they do all this talking. Girl, I just really want to get to the age real quick because he tells her that he's 29 years old and she lets him know that she's 49. Child, I don't put her all the way in her mid-50s. Whole time the lady 49. So what's that, a 20-year age gap between them? I guess he does give much older than 29. Like, majority of these men that are in their 20s give a much older age range, okay? Much older. However, she's like, okay, do you still want to try on 49? Like, is that going to bother you or whatever the case was? Because he said that he was thinking she could be potentially like 8 years older than him. That's what he's saying. He's like, you know, when she asked, do you want to still do this and move forward? He's like, hell yeah. Like, the energy has changed. It has changed a lot. And I'm like, production must have talked to this man and realized, like, listen, if you don't pick her, you ain't got no other options. Like, you finna go home. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, well, let me go ahead and snag her up. Okay, so we can continue this process on this show. Like, that's the vibe that is given for me. Y'all let me know if you're picking up the same theme from Logan when it comes to Vanessa. But yeah, let me keep going here. Let's see if there's going to be any other couples, any more couples that's going to likely match up with each other or whatever. Let me say this real quick. The guys that look young, that look older, that are younger, I feel like that kind of helps the older ladies a little bit because it's not a visible age gap between y'all, unlike damn Viall and Jorge. Girl, that's very visible. Is you kissing your daddy or your granddaddy? You know what I'm saying? But not really, because he's not even giving granddaddy vibes. For him to be 60, baby, he looked much younger than that. You know what I'm saying? But now I see the difference now that I know his age. However, as they're walking down the street and you're seeing this couple for the first time, I don't think that there would be a visible, because Viall looks older. She doesn't look 27, right? She looks like she could be in her mid-30s. So you may see like a 10-year age gap, but not a damn 33-year age gap. And for the other ladies that are dating these younger guys, like the 27-year-old with the 54-year-old girl, I thought that man probably was in his, like, just much older than what it is. So it may help them out on that front, right? For the outsiders looking in, but it's not really going to help you guys when it comes to your family. Because once the family know the ages, baby. And see, I kind of feel like they should play on the family top just a little bit. Like, don't even tell them the age for a minute. Get them like a few days to get to know the person and like the vibe and all this or that. You know what I'm saying? And then drop the hammer down on them a little later that this is the true age of this person. Then see how they feel. Let them get to know the person and warm up and like them first. At least that's how I'm hoping it plays out. And then I want to get like a age reveal with the family too. You know what I'm saying? But either way, okay, that's that. First of all, come to the damn front, Viall. You and the others and y'all producers, come to the front for me, okay? Because I understand y'all want to focus on these people that are 15 years with this wide ass age gap, and I think that's cool, you know, but I think y'all could have focused on 2 more couples. I think they're focusing on maybe 6 couples or something like that. But y'all could have focused on 2 more couples that are within each other's age range, but maybe like a 5-year gap, 6-year gap or something like that. Because just because they're closer in age range, it does not mean that they're actually going to work out. And I can appreciate y'all showing us the couples that match. That's one thing Love is Blind does not show us. At least show us from this journey who actually matched up with each other versus who you are going to follow for the rest of the show, right? So I like that. Thank you for showing us who those people are. However, y'all should have picked the 2 from that group that y'all showed us, or even just 1, and allow us to follow them along that journey as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel away. Y'all brought all these people together and you only focusing on those large age gaps. And see, also, I feel like now this is going to be the best season, right? The first season in my personal. Because as you guys do more seasons, I'm going to start questioning the genuineness of a lot of these couples because y'all are alike in my personal. Because I was wondering this about John. And I slick feel this way about what's his name, Logan, and I definitely was feeling this way about Wes. It's like, are you guys going to start matching with older women? And maybe some of the ladies will match with an older guy in an effort to make sure they stay on the show so that y'all, follow them because there's such a wide age gap between them, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I feel like y'all should give us more than just the 15. If you got to go as far down as to 10, great. Okay. Because again, just because there's a shorter age gap does not mean that it's going to work. It could be all kind of conflict and the family could have an issue with that too. So I feel like some of those journeys are deserving of being followed in my personal. So get that together. Okay, but let's keep going. Now, we're meeting the couples. All the couples are linking up with each other, the ones that's going to continue to be on the show. And I got a few things I want to say real quick before we get into it. First of all, Pfeiffer, girl, let me tell you something. Green is your color. The way it highlights your eyes, like, you are gorgeous, okay? And I think that, aesthetic-wise, I think Derek and Pfeiffer look really cute together. But we're going to have to see how this play out because I got a feeling that her family and her friends are not going to be approving of this, but we'll have to see. Teresa, come have a seat. Come have a seat. You been letting John dig in you too much, or you been hanging on to John a little too much? Cause why they got you on this in this confessional looking red as hell? Why you look like you done turned yourself into a redhead? I said, now one her hair just blonde. Maybe it's a light that's shining down on you that your hair look like his pieces of red. I said, girl, she trying to morph into John. What's really going on over here? Baby, the way that Miss Pfeiffer done clock Leah and Chris, honey, she gonna sit up here and talk about some, she was a bit surprised to see them two get together, and she was wondering whether or not they share the same, like, everyday values or whatever the case is. And what else is it to them aside from the physical attraction? Because she been seeing a whole lot of touching and feeling and kissing and all of that. Baby, I feel like Pfeiffer done sat up there and clocked their tea a bit for Pfeiffer to be 23 years old, honey. And I love it. Because I am on the same page. That's why I'm interested to see what exactly is this, because we haven't got much of nothing with them. Nothing. And in my personal, I feel like he may have sat back, and maybe not. Maybe not. It just gives a little bit of opportunist for me when it comes to Chris. And I feel like he definitely chose Leah. And I don't know, I'm just on episode 3, child. I feel like he chose Leah so that he could advance to the next stage because he probably started to catch on. All the other couples that ended up connecting with each other that were within the same age group of each other, he probably about realized, okay, they not advancing to the next part of the show. So let me make sure I go for an older woman. Like, I don't know, because also if he would have advanced with Vanessa, it still would have worked. Because if Vanessa was older, but Vanessa cut it short with him. So the next older option was Leah, I guess, child. But also that could work in the same way for some of the older people. The older people could, especially as this show progresses to the next season, the older people could be looking at somebody younger just to advance to the next show. Because older people be on BS too. So I don't know. But I love how Pfeiffer sat up there and kind of clocked that tea. I said, now Pfeiffer, you 23, but you might be a bit more mature, girl. Like, we see each other. Come on, Pfeiffer. Baby, Libby ass up here talking about, what's her name? About Logan and Vanessa, honey, and how the last time she checked in, their ass was broken up. So she's hoping that things work out, but she don't know if she see it. Okay, she don't know if she see a genuine connection. And I'm like, girl, I don't even see a genuine connection with you and your man. Andrew, be very clear about that. Okay, while you over here talking, but girl, we see each other because I'm with you on that. Because the switch up is crazy. The switch up with Logan is crazy. I told y'all, I said I feel like production pulled him to the side and had a little conversation with him. But I'm glad we see each other, ladies. Child, real quick, Vanessa says she feel like the other couples are more physically, give more PDA, more affectionate than her and Logan. I feel like, girl, that's another sign. Okay, that's another sign, but you just wanted a man so bad, child, I guess. And then also, I will say, out of the couples that we're seeing, I would say that Teresa and John kiss and touch more, which is ironic considering the fact that Libby and Andrew, really, it gives physical connection. I just want to hump on you, hump, 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 right? But they're not giving all the affection as I've seen Teresa and John give, and what's her name? Viall and Jorge give. But I do question, what is that going to look like later? Because I keep seeing Viall being the one leaning in, giving a kiss to Jorge, kissing Jorge. Oh, let me get to the Jorge. Da, da, da. So now I wonder, Viall, are you saying that you're gonna be celibate? But are you gonna be wanting to Humpty Hump? What's going on? And child, listen, if you are wanting to Humpty Hump, I don't know. Even though in my personal, and it's no shade to the older people, it's not. I pray I get there. But listen. With Jorge, baby, you 60 years old. Is it still working? Is it still working like that? Okay. Do you have the stamina to let it hit like that? Okay. So I don't know, but we just gonna see how this play out. Cause I mean, that may turn her off completely, but I don't, maybe not, child. Hey man, say man. First of all, we got Vanessa, Logan, what's her name? Leah and Chris over there chatting. Leah trying to find out why they didn't work out. Y'all, in this moment, Leah is a lot of energy, and it's no disrespect. Be genuinely and truly who you are, okay? Because somebody out there can receive that type of energy. Chris does not look like he can receive that. Chris, like her energy is not matching his. Okay, I feel like she's the one that's all up on him when they first came. She's all up on him, behind him, touchy feely. Her energy is like. So why didn't you guys work out? Like you heard what I said. Okay, let's get it. Calm the hell down, girl. Please slow down. You asking her a question, but can she get the word? Can she get the answers out? Okay, because you doing too fucking much for me. Okay. Then you got Chris over here talking about some damn. I think I realized I done made a mistake. Oh, damn. Here we go. We finna get into some things. That man said, damn, I feel like I done made a mistake. I'm weak. And why exactly did you make this mistake? Baby, I cannot wait to hear what he got to say. Oh, child, his mistake is more so about him not telling her about the kids. Like, girl, move on. Like, if he kissed somebody else, like, it's not that big of a deal. And Leah, you better not stretch this shit out and make it a big deal because, girl, y'all was out here dating different people, okay? Getting to know other people, kisses are going to happen. That's a part of chemistry and attraction. Like, girl, move around. Girl, I'm over here fucking hollering. Okay, first of all, the ladies are in a huddle and they talking about kids, okay? Of course, Pfeiffer opens up and she don't really care about the kids and all of this. She love him or likes this guy for whoever he is, and his kids are a part of him, so she likes that, whatever like that. She's never had a history with dating nobody. Libby can agree. It is what it is. Andrew's like, he don't let nobody meet his daughters until he know that it's gonna get serious. And you know what? Good for you, Andrew. That's one thing you do got right, okay? All right, everybody don't need to be mean y'all children, period. I don't give a damn. Okay, you need to see where it's going first before that happens. So I love that. But baby, as they talking about kids and stuff, here go Jorge talking about how he got 2 kids. I could have sworn Jorge said he had kids. I knew I wasn't tripping. Or maybe I made an assumption because he's 60, but I could have sworn this man said in maybe a different confessional session that he had children. But all in all, the man got kids. And the gag is the fact that Viall does not know. So he got her looking a fool already. And that's one of the reasons you need to drop him right out the gate. Because you over there telling somebody, oh, well, Jorge doesn't have any kids. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't really ask. Like, how you know he ain't got them then if you didn't really ask? So now I'm questioning you, Viall. Okay, because how serious are you? Because you didn't even ask these questions that needed answers. Those are typically the immediate things people ask, okay? Where are you from? What do you do for work? How old are you? And do you have children, okay? Do you have any ex-wives? Like, people ask these questions, okay? Now, they told you could not ask his age. But why you ain't asking at least about the kids, okay? But in your defense, a lot of the ladies did not ask about the kids, okay? This was information that the guys willingly gave up. And he was one of the ones that did not willingly give up this damn information. So I don't know, child, but It's not looking good. Okay, and then she gonna go and tell the ladies and repeat to them that, you know, he doesn't want to have any kids without, you know, being married. Girl, this man got you looking crazy. The whole time he probably finna tell you he got more than one ex-wife and he got some kids. Got you looking stone cold crazy. Girl, let me get up. Child, listen, I'm finna wrap this up because I feel like that's all they got to this episode for the most part. And we about to go ahead and get into episode 4. You all let me know that you are enjoying these videos by liking up these videos, okay? Be sure to like the videos for your girl. Also, subscribe to the channel, okay? Make sure you do that. And sharing is also caring, so definitely share the video with somebody that you know is watching the show and don't want to, you know, watch it by themselves. Hello? All right, so that's all that I got for you guys at this time. I'm Jamie, that's me. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.